Papa? I know. Okay, let's get started. Can you sit for me? Sit. Papa, sit. Good boy. Can you stay there? Stay there. Good morning, guys. So, Hero's back, and so is Mochi. Now, before we start our mini flow this morning, one of the very things I do before I start my day is always to make time to play with them. And I love to because it's kind of one of my mindful exercises every morning that I do. Yeah, I know, Papa. And it kind of keeps me in the moment. Instead of hustling through my day to start, I get to spend some time with them first. Right? Sit. Remember, sit. Sit. Stay. Now, after I have some time to play with them, another mindful activity I start my day with is enjoying a little cup of tea. And I kind of swapped that out recently for Ayurvedic protein. I discovered them when I went to the Yoga Expo, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful packaging that you see here. It's a plant-based protein using Ayurvedic herbs, and it is in an organic vanilla chai flavor, and it's not gluten, it's soy and dairy free. Now I mix this with my almond milk, my rice milk, and rice milk to me is very new. So I don't make much. I make just about a teacup, like kind of like a little chaser, but no one can see. And so what happens is, with this kind of tea chaser, I kind of enjoy and sip and just enjoy the moment. So cheers to you guys. Good morning. So one of my favorite things about this is that the nutty flavor really comes through. To me, it's very, very nutty. It's very smooth when you drink it down. A lot of protein powders, when you drink it, it has that powdery taste. This one, once you shake it up really well or blend it, I do either or, it comes very smooth. I love the aftertaste. I put in a couple ice cubes in there when I shake it out, just because it gives it this very refreshing kick to the start. Sometimes I'll do hot tea with it, but other times I won't. Lately I've been just craving for that iced vanilla chai. So if you're in my workshops in the coming months, even this month February, the next month, we're also going to be opening up our meditation practice with that as well. So look forward to it. Now, the third activity that I start for a mindful activity is from Draco. It's another company that I met at the Yoga Expo in Los Angeles. And so you know how we have dices with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Their dices, every face of their dice is a different positive affirmation. Like, I am loving, I'm forgiving, I am wealthy, I am happy. And when you roll the dices, 2 of these positive affirmations will come through, and you take a moment just to meditate on how it applies to the present you. So I haven't done mine this morning, so I'm going to do it with you. Mochi, can I have some peace and quiet? There we go. Okay, we need some space. So mine says, I am creative and I am happy. And it's really funny that we have, no, it's not a toy, baby. So I am creative is really funny to say this morning, because a lot of creative juices were flowing last night. I was meeting with the United Yoga owner out in San Dimas, and we had a good hour chat about just funneling opportunities and ideas of how we can cultivate yoga in our community, right? And so I do feel a lot of creativity running through my veins right now. I have so many good things that I want to bring forth to you guys to give back for all the love and light that you provide our community in class, in and off the mat. Now, I am happy. I do feel happy. A week or two ago was definitely hard. My shoulder was hurting, so I was in a very negative space in my head. And as of these last few days, I feel more balanced, more grounded, more happy, in a state of complete contentment and peace. So, what do those words mean to you? Maybe take a moment now, maybe pause the video and just ask yourself, I am creative. Why am I creative? I am happy. I'm happy because. So take a moment, pause the video if you need to. I'm not going anywhere. And ask yourself that. All right, so now that we're back, one of the things that I wanted to start this morning with is just a mini flow. Somehow last time my mini flow feel good flow went from 30 minutes all the way to an hour. So I don't plan any of these flows. We're just gonna go with what feels good. So a lot of what we do today is seated. A lot of what we do is on our hands and knees, none of which are we gonna be placing body weight. This is how I've been practicing lately, especially with not being able to bear weight to the left shoulder, kind of loving it, nurturing it, and so forth. So I have my 2 blocks like last time. I have my seated blanket that I am using to support my tailbone, my knee joints today. And again, my bolster. So let's go ahead and start. Bring your hands onto your knees. Relax the shoulders. Let's close your eyes. Take a moment to ground yourself. Feel the tailbone rooting down through the earth. Allowing your breath to rise you through the crown of your head. As your mind settles in, bring awareness to your breath. Begin to take 3 deep breaths. Continue to breathe through your body. And just feel the ground below you. Feel the soft, cool air flowing around your body. The warmth that floods in to the back body. The uplifting breath you take in. The joy to your heart. Clarity of the mind. Now feel at peace. Let it be present and known. By repeating these words, we begin our practice. I flow through life with ease and peace. Repeat this 2 more times. I flow through life with ease and peace. I flow through life with ease and peace. I am relaxed. Hands together, bow your head. And let's begin. Open your eyes. You're going to take the arms up towards the sky. And as you exhale, just bend your elbows. Look up towards the ceiling to open your heart. Feel the sunlight and the light beaming down to your chest. And then inhale, lift up. You're going to bring the hands down to the heart center, flowing your energy down to the mat. And take your time, stepping your hands forward, lengthening into your low back as you roll your forehead down towards the mat. You're going to walk your hands over to the left, inviting your right hand over your left hand if it feels good. And then gently release, walking your hands forward and take it over to the right. And release, bring your hands back towards the center. Let's release up, hands onto your knees. Allow your body to roll up with your head last. And then take the arms up towards the ceiling. One more time. We're going to cactus the arms out, look up towards the sky. Feel the expansion across your heart space. And then inhale, release up. You're going to take your hands behind your mat. Fingertips pointing to the back of your mat. Allow the shoulders to roll behind your upper back. Lift your chest space forward. We're going to lift your gaze just slightly up. And from here, feel the shoulders rotating back again. Deep expansion across your chest. We're going to close your eyes. Now imagine you're basking in the warmth of the summer sun. The soft heat, disgracing and sun-kissing your skin. Feel the warmth of the light. Bask in the moment. Just drop your head back. Start to take ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. And then slowly releasing the head back, feeling good. We're going to take the arms up towards the sky. And this time, left hand to your right knee, right hand to the back of your mat. You can start to push that chest forward towards the left arm, lengthening into your spine. Use that exhale, twist and look towards the right shoulder. A deep belly breath in, a deep belly breath out. And release. We're going to take the arms up again. Float your hands over to the left. Start
to maneuver it and just kind of savor the moment as you're adjusting your body. Lengthening through your spine. And then exhale, let's go ahead and twist over to the left. Using those belly breaths just to massage your internal organs, letting it feel good. And release. Take the arms up. And then interlace your fingers like this. And we're going to bring it to the back of your head. So I'm going to rotate my elbows out, feeling my shoulder blades squeeze in. And just tilt my head back, expanding once again to the heart space. So my pecs and my chest and my shoulders are uber tight in the morning. So I really love doing heart openers first thing, just to open up that space. And then we're gonna tuck your chin back to the chest. This time we're gonna roll the elbows in and just drop your chin down towards the body. Feel this towards the back of your neck. And release, lift up. If I'm making noises throughout this whole thing, I'm just feeling really good. And I'm rising the arms up, bringing the hands down to the heart center. So again, first thing in the morning, any flow I do is all about feeling good. So once I kind of warmed up from there, before I come back to seated, I want to start to warm up the rest of my spinal movements. So I love coming on my hands and knees for this. So I take my knees right underneath my hip joints on my blanket. Even though I have a nice good cushion to my mat, I still love the support and the comfort of a blanket. So our hands are underneath the shoulders, our knees are underneath the hip joint. We're just gonna inhale, lift your chest space forward, tailbone up. My core is dying today. Did about like 250 crunches yesterday, and you're gonna round your spine. So for me, my best feeling right now is when I come into cow pose, lifting my heart space forward. I'm really expanding and stretching the front side of my core here, and I love it. So if something feels good while you're moving into your body, take an extra moment there. You want to start to release for your own body. And really listen by closing your eyes. Feel the sensations of the movement within your body as you unlock and open up those spaces. And now I'm going to tuck my toes in. Start to warm up all my joints, from the shoulders down to the wrists, my hips down to my knees. I take circular movements, dropping my hips down to the heels and rounding up. So in my classes, I call this freestyle time. There is no right or wrong way. You're just kind of exploring your body, noticing what feels good, what needs to get worked on today. You might hear a few pops and cracks like I am. And once that really feels good, you're gonna come back onto your hands and knees, and I take my knees wide. So if you need to nourish your lower back a little bit more, my recommendation is taking the knees close. But if you want to open the hips wide like I do, I love taking my knees wider, my toes are touching, and I'm melting my belly right between my thighs. So I'm adjusting for my lower body first, kind of feeling myself pushing my hips towards the heels. And once that gets settled in, then I work on my upper body, stretching my arms forward. And this is an extended child's pose. We bring our forehead towards the mat. And let's take 3 to 5 breaths here. And release, we're gonna walk the hands in. So my spine, my back is feeling pretty good so far. My hips are a little bit more open. So I'm gonna take it into a movement here. This is the only hip opener we're gonna do, but I tend to breathe to the movement. So we're gonna take the right leg back just enough and take the right knee up and then step your right foot forward. Now my right heel's underneath my right knee joint. My left knee's slightly behind my left hip. I'm coming on to my hands. If you have blocks, it might help taking the blocks right underneath your shoulders or slightly forward. Now we're gonna breathe to this movement to open our hips, open our hamstrings. When you breathe in, bend the right knee, let the left hip shift forward. And then when you exhale, you're gonna fall back, flexing the right foot, taking the hips towards the back wall, feeling out your right leg. Now with this one, when we breathe in, we're gonna slowly move up in 5 counts. And when we move back, we're gonna move back in 5 counts. So take a deep breath in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Beautiful. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's deepen out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're gonna hold it here. I start to adjust my blocks closer towards my shoulders. I'm bending my right knee, really sinking into that left hip. I'm just gonna look down to my mat and take a few deep breaths here. So first thing in the morning, just opening key spots in our body. I do less of a dynamic flow in the morning because I just want to feel good. I don't want to overstrain my muscles, my joints. I just want them to liven up a little bit. And I want to be able to have moments where I can just slow down, where I'm not catching my breath because I'm moving. So we're going to start to flex the right foot and take the hips back. Now when you take those hips back, instead of dropping your hips down to your left heel, I'm really stretching my hips, imagining there's someone pulling my hips towards that back wall behind me. I flex my right foot, I go a little deeper. The more I flex my right toes towards my chest, the deeper I go into the back of my legs. Now, if you need to, you can bring your hands and blocks closer to your body, bend your elbows, and then round your back. If you like to take it into the upper body, you can stretch your hands and blocks forward and just round your spine from there. So either way works. But when you start to adjust from the upper body, remember what a C looks like. You're curving your spine, tucking your chin down to your chest, starting the curve from the back of your neck all the way down through your tailbone. And then release. Step the right foot up. You're gonna adjust yourself onto the blocks. And once that feels good, let's bring the blocks out. I'm gonna start to shift my hips back just so I can slide that right knee back. Circle it out, maneuver into my hips a little bit. And then drop the right knee down. So let's try that on the left side. Take the left leg back. Oops. Yeah. And step the left foot through. I'm really close to the wall. So from here, I'm taking my blocks again if I want to. Now I love the blocks because they gave me an extra elevation and height that I can work with, so I can go deeper into my hips. I'm bending my left knee and letting my right hip sink forward and down towards the mat. I'm kind of feeling it out right now, so I'm just pulling my hips back. Okay. Left hamstring's a little tight, flexing the left foot as I go. And let's begin to breathe that connection to our movement, right? Take a deep breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And deepen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's hang out here. So again, adjust your blocks or your hands underneath the shoulders. Try to bend the front knee a little deeper. Let the right hip sink forward. And look down to your mat. If it helps, you can close your eyes. And let's take a moment of silence. At this point, I'm still tucking my right toe in. I'm ready to fall back, so I'm flexing my left foot. Walking my blocks if I need to back with me until I can straighten out my front leg. Flex my left foot, even my left toes towards my chest. And then very slowly, I'm hinging from my hips, taking my chin down to my chest, and rolling my forehead towards the left knee. You can adjust your blocks forward if that feels good. And once again, moment of silence. Observe your breath. And release, stepping the left foot through. Mochi, are you joining us today? Nope, she's going to her spot. So from here, setting my blocks out to the side. And I'm gonna bring that left leg back. Ooh, starting to circle out the left hip. So I make just about any noises I want, as long as it feels like it's a good therapeutic release. So I encourage you to do the same if it feels good. So now everything's kind of feeling good. I'm noticing that I need to move my hips a little bit more, so I'm just kind of rocking them in any way, shape, or form. Kind of taking my final movements into my spine. And everything's starting to unlock pretty well. So I'm gonna gently swing my body forward into that seated pose. So I hope you guys enjoy these casual videos. They're not meant to be straight flows from beginning to end. They're a little bit of me in the thought, how I open up, maybe some of my kids literally running around the mat. So how we're gonna start the seated poses, I'm gonna go a little deeper into just a few more poses before we just collect ourselves in. So one of the things I like to do is my seated forward fold, stretching my legs forward, right? So if you like, you can kind of point into your toes, get those ankles, tops of your feet kind of stretched out. And then start to take that time to adjust your tailbone, rocking hip to hip. Now you're gonna flex into your feet, stretch the arms up, and then exhale, hinging from your hips. So instead of hinging from that belly, so you can go long to your spine first. Try to reach your chest towards your feet as much as you can, and when you can't go down anymore, then round your back. So I know some of us who are super, super tight, right? You see a lot of people go down. You're like, oh, I can't do that. So my recommendation for you is to bend those knees. Bend your knees, take a bolster if you like, underneath the knees so you have a little bit more support. And take a more gentle forward fold in that morning practice. If you are an advanced yogi or more flexi yogi, and you're grabbing your feet and you know you have an extra hand like grip in front of you, take a block. Take a block, start to grab and reach for the end of the block, maneuver, lengthen the spine, and then come down. Hi Mochi, you okay? She's sitting on the couch like a queen right now. And once that feels good, you're gonna take the blocks out to the side. And this time, my hamstrings are feeling a little bit more open. So I'm gonna take it into the other spot of my body I haven't worked into, which is my inner thighs. So if you have tight inner thighs, tight hips, ooh, take the feet away from your hips. You know, if you were to look down right now, you're creating a diamond shape instead of a triangle shape to your legs. And the benefit of this one is when you come down, it feels a little softer to your inner thighs. And actually it feels really good for my low back. So I don't always have to go deep. You can even start here. And once you kind of feel like, oh, I'm settled in, I'm just gonna start to bring my feet a little closer to my hips. And then from there, I start to grab the tops of my toes, lengthen my spine, and then just work my way completely down to the mat. Now, if you want to stay here, you can. If you need a block, you can also rest your forehead on the block. If it feels good, you can even stretch your arms forward with a block supporting your head. And then start to release your body in. Once that feels good, go ahead and close your knees together. Stretch your legs forward. I'm gonna come into one last twist here. So the first one we did in a seated pose was super gentle to the low back. I'm gonna go a little deeper on this one before we wind down. So I place my right foot on the floor. I'm hugging my right knee towards my right shoulder. Your option one, take the left arm around your right leg and the right hand behind your back. And slowly start to turn your head to look towards the right foot. You can point your left toe, flex the left foot, whatever kind of feels good. Now if you like to go deeper, look at my left arm. Instead of hugging my right arm, I want to wedge my entire left arm to the outside of my right leg. You can bend that left elbow if it helps. Using that momentum, you're pushing your left arm into your right leg and then twist again. And then release. I'm going to stretch that right leg forward. Taking this time just to adjust my tailbone again. And then I'm going to bring that left foot in. I'm going to wrap the right arm around my left leg. Left hand behind my back. So no matter how much I like the second option, I always start with the first option just so I can ease my low back, especially first thing in the morning. I'd rather move slow, let my body kind of get used to things instead of trying to pop and crack and overstretch something because I'm not warmed up. Now that feels good, so I'm going to see how to go deeper. I'm going to bring my right elbow right to my outer left thigh. Start to push my right arm into my left thigh, creating more space to turn and twist towards the left. And then I release. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty good. Nothing too deep of a stretch, but kind of feeling out where my body is. I did a little stretch here and there. So typically my morning stretch sometimes is just a quick flow like this, for very specific postures. And once everything kind of feels good, my very last thing that I do is freestyle. Freestyle in the mornings for me means final movements of my seated pose. Really taking any head movement, neck movement that feels good. And just come back to the center. And from here, let's take another moment to ground and set the intention for our day. So you're gonna bring it into a seated pose. Make sure you're comfortable on your mat. And just rest your hands to your knees. Let the palms face and caress those knee joints. Close your eyes. Once again, feel the ground below you, the sturdiness of the ground, the grounding energy of the earth. Take this moment to observe any sounds around you. Feel the light, the touch upon your skin. Let's take 3 breaths, 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, you open your mouth with a ha sound. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Last deep breath in. Exhale. Bring your hands to the heart. As we begin our day today, as you begin life off the practice, start to turn your head to the left. To the left of us lives a past known, experienced through our memories. So instead of basking in the past, living our life to the past, let us turn our head to the right. To the right of us is a future yet to come, one that we often strive for and anticipate for and plan for. But while we spend our time seeking the future yet to come, remember to bring your head back to center. Remember what lives before you. Cherish the moments of the now, the moments we have before us. Life didn't give us this gift called the present for us to live in our past, in our future. So take a moment here, even a minute, just to be here and now. Bow your head. Slowly lift your head up. Open your eyes. It has been my pleasure for you to join me in just my morning flow. I hope you have a beautiful week, beautiful weekend ahead, and take the moments you have. Be where you are. Enjoy them. Because the moments that you have, the mindfulness of the now, there's so much before us when we stop and just breathe and look. I love you guys. Namaste. Good down dog, Mochi. That was totally random, but perfect timing. Hi guys. So we just finished that morning flow that we just did. Mochi's awake again. And she just showed you the perfect down dog. So we didn't do any down dogs today, but this girl, she's a better teacher at it than I am. So I wanted to wrap it up to send all my light and loving energy for the week that's coming forth to you guys, or even the weekend. I feel so good right now, and I hope you do too. Before you head out, I wanted to just remind you of the 2 words that we kind of use for Draco's dices today. Anytime today that you need it, just remind yourself, I am creative because, I am happy because. Whatever resonates with you for that day, for today, with those 2 phrases, let it be your guide. Let it be the words that will bring positivity and light to your life. And if you are curious about my little shot that I take in the morning of good tea, Mochi, I know it looks like food, but it's for me. Okay, you want to show them? Here, sit down. Sit down. So again, this tea that I drink this morning is Ayurvedic protein. Is this beautiful packaging right here. And so definitely check them out. They are brand new. The owner is also incredibly loving, a yogi herself, an Ayurvedic therapist. So definitely take a look at Ayurvedic protein. And like I said, I love you guys. And Mochi, are you ready? Let's go. Have a good guys. Have a good day, guys. Bye. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hi, Papa. You guys were so good during my flow. Yeah, now you can bother me. Okay. Hi. I know, baby. I know. Okay. Oh, whoa. You're too big. Yeah. Can I go turn off the camera now? Because you're all up. Okay, bye, guys.
guys.